We do want to bring in now Erin Hill, Senior Royals Editor at People. Erin, thank you for being with us. Talk to us now about the process. What happens now in England, in Britain, in the coming days and weeks in terms of this new transition to a new monarch, King Charles III?
Yeah, so what we're going to see over the coming days is a period of mourning. The royal family, the citizens of the UK, for 10 days until the Queen's funeral, and the Queen will lie in state during this time until her funeral, which will see dignitaries from all over the world gathered together for this, likely the largest televised funeral in history. Not since Princess Diana's funeral will so many likely tune into this. We'll see just a mourning period all over the Commonwealth, and a lot of things start to shift and change over to King Charles. We're going to see statements come out from various family members, a lot more news coming out about what happened around her death today, and then plans will start to become put into place for Charles' coronation next year, and we'll start to see his monarchy take shape.
And Erin, let's talk more about her legacy. Queen Elizabeth II, the last remaining head of state to have been a veteran of World War II.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was really remarkable, working as a car mechanic during World War II, and her and her family just really doing everything they can to join the effort. And it really did inspire so many people. And she's, head of all the armed forces over in the UK, and it remained such an important part of her duty throughout her reign to offer support. And of course, royal family members taking part in the armed services throughout the years. And she's touched so many different charities and organizations. She was the patron of hundreds of organizations, which we're now seeing passed on to other members of the royal family, just adopted so many causes. And her legacy is just felt worldwide in terms of historically just the sheer, presidents that she met over the years, 14, the prime ministers, 15, every other world leader that you can imagine. And then just the fact that she was just such a huge part of pop culture. You remember in the Olympics in 2012, her entering with James Bond, even just so recently in June, seeing her in that animated short alongside Paddington Bear. She's just such an ever-present part of history and pop culture.
She really is. It's so odd to think of the royals now without her being, a living member of that family. Let's talk about Charles now. Formerly Prince Charles, now King Charles. He did put out a statement following his mother's death today. How was their relationship in recent years?
Yeah, we know that from the Queen that her family is such a huge, important part of her life, and that it means so much to her that first and foremost she's monarch, but that she's also the matriarch of this family. And loyal viewers of The Crown may recall the tumultuous relationship, the complicated relationship between the Queen and Charles, as she was thrust into the monarchy and as to the role of Queen at such a young age, being a young mother. And at the time, there was no such thing as work-life balance juggling for the Queen. There were nannies, and it's not the same as now where we're seeing hands-on parenting. But we know in certainly over the past several decades, in recent years, an incredibly close relationship. Charles supporting his mother in every turn, and her really guiding him along, the way to become the future monarch. And they were in close conversation with also William, who will be the future of the monarchy, and plans and her wishes.
And the fact that she served, for more than 70 years on the throne, how will Charles be received now as king?
Yeah, there's, varying sentiment of Prince Charles over in the UK and of the monarchy in general. But, he really is going to tackle his role as king and go for a slimmed down monarchy, which he's expressed. Is that what his aim is? We saw that in June on the balcony of Buckingham Palace with the Queen, Charles, Camilla, and William and Kate and their children. That's the future of the monarchy right there. And he's going to do all that he can to, really stick to the duty, the job at hand, just as his mother did. It's important to the people of the UK to see their taxpayer dollars at work and the good work that they do around the country and the Commonwealth. He also has ahead of him a job of increasing the camaraderie among the Commonwealth. We know from the Caribbean tours earlier this year, a lot of anti-monarchy sentiment, a lot of those nations becoming republics. That will be part of his job as king now, to really join the Commonwealth together and keep it strong, to keep his mother's legacy.
All right, Erin, we thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.